Hello, lovely music appreciation online class. This is a Brightspace tour to help you get started in the class. First of all, I want to point out the navigation bar here at the top that is in green. Content here at the beginning is your best friend. Everything that you need for this class is in content. So with that, I'm going to go to content because that's great. Along the chevron, which is along the left-hand side here, will give you an idea of all of the basics of this class. We are a semester system here at SUNY Sullivan, therefore it is in an idea of a 15-week course, or in this case, sometimes it can be a shortened course and therefore they will be utilizing modules for it to delineate what would be a week's worth of work. If you are taking this, say, in the summer, you would be having a week's worth of work in basically 2 days. Keep in mind, the idea for an online class or a seated class is that there is 3 hours of the seated class or the online class that you're expected to do as coursework in the classroom or online. And there also should be about 3 hours of homework. So keep in mind, each module you should spend about 6 hours doing the work. So when you're thinking of time management, that is how you should manage your time. Along the chevron here, you will see that there is a welcome, and you can, for quick navigating, just keep moving after the welcome by going to the welcome and then scrolling over. Getting started has a lot of really good tools for you. The Brightspace tour is here, which is probably where you found this. A tutorial for posting a checklist, which is an assignment that you have in modules 2 through 15. And attaching a link in Brightspace, because Brightspace has some interesting issues and this is a workaround. And oftentimes you need to attach a link for your particular colleagues to look at when you're in the discussion forum. Course information. Here is where you'll find the syllabus, professor-student contract, which is one of your first assignments. You are to read and sign every page of both, and then find a way to get that document to me either by printing it and signing every page, or printing it, signing every page and making a movie, or there's so many things you could do. There are many apps where you can take pictures of each of these documents, sign them, and then turn it into a PDF and upload that, so lots of choices. This document here, due dates for summer of 2020, which is one of the classes I'm teaching in a shortened version. This is something you can screenshot, put on your phone. This will show you all of the due dates. Another place you can find that is if you go up here to the top and you have a hyperlink to this main course, which will take you to our homepage. And on that homepage along the right-hand side are the calendars. And the calendars will always have a hyperlink to what is due that day. So you'll see on July 10th that several things will be due. And you will see that you can go to those by clicking on that. I'm going to go back to content now and go back to where we were, which was in course information. This particular PDF document is a workaround if you don't want to use the hyperlink Google Doc survey. You can print up the music listening checklist and circle the things that you are listening to for the music listening checklist. And by the way, in this Brightspace tour, I'm not going to explain the music listening checklist because that's explained in the assignment itself, which you will be doing modules 2 through 15. The music appreciation final. Every question that's on that final is here in a Word document. You will be taking it here on Brightspace, but if you want to get to know the things that you're going to need to know for that final, it is already here for you. I have discussion forum expectations for you, feedback expectations that you can expect from me, and basic netiquette, because we are a civilized society and we should be nice people. So that's the course information section. Back over here on the chevron in questions, this is a discussion forum where you can ask me any questions about the class. Keep in mind there are no dumb questions, and probably some of your fellow students might be too afraid to ask. And so if you do, that makes things easy. Then you will see that every module of this class, which makes a week's worth of work, doesn't mean that you have it for a week, it just means that it is a week's worth of work, will be here along the chevron and you can go to them. I want to point out this section here, the favorites. This is where I will be uploading your favorites for the class, and that will be over here, our favorites in class. For the favorites discussion forum, you need to choose a song. You can choose them from my own, which are in here, or from the top 10 successful melodies, top 10 successful harmonies, or in our own favorites from your class. Most of the time, students tend to go and look at other students' favorites and evaluate those. But I would suggest try to branch out periodically to different things, but there it is. With that is a basic overview, but if you go back up here to the navigation bar in green, you can have a quick link to the discussions, which is also in content in each of the assignments. The discussion link will be there. You can go to assignments that you have to do. I think there's only one assignment you actually have to do in this class that has a link, which is the research paper, your favorites, and the professor-student contract. And you can go straight to those and you can see that the due dates are already there. Class progress is where you can check on your grades and what you have done. You can also do that in grades. I will be doing attendance based on your participation in each module. If you don't participate at all, then you do not have a present delineation for your attendance. All right, that is the basics of music appreciation. I will only point out one more thing, which is on our home page. There are announcements here, and I tend to remind you about things because I don't like to get in arguments with you. So all of your due dates are already up, and all of your assignments and due dates are already up, and I tend to also always remind you in the announcements, and I typically send you an email. If you have any questions, use the questions discussion forum, and I'll be looking forward to getting to know you online.